Good day, friends. You have made the smartest money decision listening to this. I urge you to listen to the end, and it will do your financial status a whole lot of good. Thanks to the Advisors Corner AAUA for hosting Ms. Itunoluwa Oke and for making this available for public consumption. Enjoy, and I will see you on the other side of progress.
Once again, I say good evening. Okay, so the topic, smart money student. When someone first hears the topic, the question the person will ask is, or the question another person will ask, another person will even go as far as assessing what I wear, even on my head to show how much is this, that she thinks she has the right to come and discuss the concept of money. Well, the truth is, I'm a student like each and every one of us too, and from time to time, I go broke. We all know what broke means, that is our language. I'm broke. So from time to time, I do go broke too. And it is from that aspect of experience that I drew together some possible solutions which I apply and which I believe so far has been working for me. And it is based on these solutions that I have the charisma or the opportunity to come here and discuss the topic with us. Okay, so first let's go to the basics. I would like just one person to help us define money. And please, I need us to be fast so that my time won't be overspent. Mr. Please help us define money.
One can define as valuable of exchange. If you want something, you have to give money for that thing that you want.
Okay, a valuable means of exchange. So money is the valuable thing you use to get any other thing you need. Now, on checking the dictionary, there are different definitions to money. You see, the dictionary will define money as coins or paper notes. The dictionary also define money as what you use to get what you want. The dictionary will also define money as the measure of a person's wealth. But my favorite definition is the definition that says money is the reward you get from work done or from things sold. So we can, from that premise, draw the conclusion that money is either a reward of the work you've done, a consequence of a thing you sell to somebody, or a result of an action or a step you've taken. Before we move on, I'd like us to bring to our knowledge some facts about money. See, money has no patience at all. Money only suru. Money doesn't stay in one place. Money is Ajala the traveler. I think that's how they call it.
Yeah.
Money is a wanderer. Money can't come to your place and stay there forever. Money moves from place to place. Now that is the major characteristic of money in this world we find ourselves. So money is not stagnant. In Shekpe, money is in a particular location. It floats around the earth. But now the thing is, while money is traveling, money visits people from time to time. It is when money visits you that you can say, I bless you, I have money. But even because of traveling, money is not yasodoe. You cannot say that you have money at that point in time. Now, for money to visit you, money has to find you worthy in the first place. I can't come to a house where I know I would suffer, or where I know my value won't be felt as an individual now, not even as an inanimate object. Now, not to talk of money that is held with so much high esteem in the society. And then when we're talking about worthiness, there are also different levels of worthiness. And that is why we have people that are richer than some people. Because more money want to visit some certain kind of people because of the level of their worthiness than some people. It's like, let me use a much more practical illustration. Let's say a bag of rice, for example. So let's say each grain in the bag of rice, let's visualize it as money. So if Mr. Temitope Ifedayo, if money finds you a little bit worthy to visit, to be a guest, money, maybe like 1 Congo of money will come and visit you. But if Miss Blessing now, money finds you really worthy, you can see like half bag of rice. Now I'm using rice as an illustration, so we get the picture I'm trying to create. Now another fact to notice, when money is coming to visit you, when money is finding you worthy, money is not finding you worthy because of morality. Money is not finding you worthy because you're a good person, because you have a kind heart, because you pray for your neighbors, because you go to church morning, afternoon, night, because you believe in God, or because you believe in Muhammad, or because you believe in Jesus, or whatever you believe in. That is not why money will come to visit you. If that was the case, if money is looking at your heart, and you lay it down, is gone. If that is the case, people who are fraudulent, let me use the quote, Yahoo boys and quote, they won't have as much money as they do. You understand? So money is not looking at morality. Because most of these people on the streets begging for money, if you get to know them personally, they have really good hearts. It might be good hearts based on experience or suffering or whatever, but the fact that they have good hearts, yes, money didn't come to visit them. So who does money visit? Now that's the basis of today's discussion. Money is attracted to smartness, and that is where the topic is coming from. Smart money. Now the smart money could have any other premise following it. Smart money man, smart money woman. There's a book like that, Smart Money Woman. I don't know if anyone has read it. So, but we are discussing smart money students today because this gathering we are all students. So money has to find you smart for money to visit you. And those who are fraudulent, the example I gave before, they are smart, quite alright, and that is why they are able to get this money. But their smartness is not honest, it is dishonest and it is cunning. Money will visit them quite alright, but the duration of money in their house, let me use that illustration now, would be limited because of the kind of smartness they exhibit. Now the more honest your smartness is, from experience now, not based on any how will I put it now, not based on any research or anything, but from stories we hear, even in African society, we hear stories of people who maybe they've been accused of doing rituals, and we see that why? Because their means was not honest. So another factor that might affect the duration of money in your house is how long you hold on to being smart. Now you can decide, or you're smart for maybe a week, and then you have this great idea, and then you implement the idea, and then money comes, and then you sleep, you stop being smart, or you stop applying your smartness or what have you, and you expect money to remain in your possession. Money will not remain. Why? Because you can tell me why. Right? I've said it from the beginning. You can tell me why money would not stay when you stop being smart. Why money will leave? Because it's still being smart. Exactly. Money has no patience because money is a traveler. Money has no time to waste. So this brings me, before then, I'm going to talk of money as an action, a reaction. Now I said three things earlier. I said money is either a reward for a work done, a consequence of what you sold, so something given out, or a result of an action. Now what is an action? An action is what you do in order to make things happen. What is a reaction? A reaction is what happens. So a reaction is a result of an action. Are we following? So money is a reaction to steps you've taken, smartness you've applied. That is what money reacts to, which is the whole basis of what we're talking about now. From here, I would like just one person to share any experience, because of time, so please be fast, to share any experience that you have personally that makes you agree with the concept that money is a traveler. Just one example that happened to you. Maybe you were expecting one huge money, and then it came, and then before you know, everything was gone, and you don't know how. Thank you. Let's have you share your experience. know your money. No, it's her money, quite alright. It's in her account. No, it is her money now. For the meantime, because of the purpose she had in mind, what she had in mind to use it for. At that point, it was her money. And then when she had to pay her school fees, it no longer became her money. Because money doesn't stay one place. Okay, so how can you be qualified as a smart money student? Now, there are many ways, there are many advices different people will give. In fact, I don't know it all. In fact, some of the advices I give today might not work for you. It might work for the other person, and it might not work for the other person. But like I said before, I'm also a student. I also have financial crisis from time to time. And then from research and everything, I was able to drop reasonable solutions that are very likely to work. And that is what I'm sharing with the house today. First of all, you need to understand the relationship between the money you get and you earn and the money you spend. Most people do not create a relationship between these two categories of money, and that is why they find themselves in financial mess. The money you receive, people don't even keep account of it most times. Maybe somebody dashes you 2,000, somebody dashes you 2,000, and the next thing you've blown it all on frivolities because you were not expecting the money. You understand? So there needs to be a relationship between the money you get and money. Some people, at the end of the month, if they can actually sit down to create an account of money they spend, you'll realize that money you spent for the month of March is way more than the money you received that month of March. So where did the remaining money come from? You understand what I'm trying to? And the reason why that occurs is because you do not understand the relationship between the money you receive and the money you let out. There is a relationship, and you need to understand the relationship. How do you understand the relationship? By keeping track. By keeping track of your spendings, by keeping track of what you use money for, by keeping track of where money comes in from, whether an expected source or an unexpected source. Praise the Lord. This is not a church, but I feel everybody is down. So praise the Lord.
Hallelujah.
Praise the Lord.
Hallelujah.
Okay. So the second thing I would like us to take note of is we should learn to create accounts. Now, by creating accounts, I'm not saying we should go to the bank and open different accounts. By creating accounts, I'm talking of creating accounts at least on paper. And by creating accounts, I'm referring to the term allocation. Now, the first point I made, we see it as, some people define it as accountability. Being able to define the relationship between what comes in and what goes out. Being accountable for the money that moves around in your possession. And then the second point now is being allocated, being able to allocate what comes in for different areas of your life. You know, okay, on a regular basis, the expected amount of money that comes into my account, or that comes into my hand, is, let's assume, 10,000 naira. And as a student, I need to pay for transportation, I need to pay for feeding, I need to pay for haircuts, let's assume I'm a male, I need to change my shoe, I need to change it, there are things you need to do as a student. Most people don't allocate money for such things. What they do is, as it comes, the one they remember, they would now pay for it or do it, which is a very unsmart way of handling money. And for you know, money will do what? Money will travel again. So for you to be able to retain money, or at least have money to satisfy everything it's supposed to satisfy before it goes on its journey again, you need to create allocate, create accounts for everything. When the money enters, allocate a certain amount for this important thing, that important thing, that important thing, and never forget to allocate the account of miscellaneous. Now, it is in that miscellaneous you now have your frivolities, which is very necessary in this life. Where you have your necessaries and used to, make yourself happy or make yourself feel good from time to time. Then number 3 is one of my favorite points, which might feel quite challenging. Mr. Ajasin, what is your net worth? Tricky question, yeah?
Very tricky.
Mr. Faith, what is your net worth? It's tricky. I wish somebody can answer the question. I myself, I just started gathering the knowledge to be able to answer that question. So number 3 point is calculate your net worth. Now I know the question that will come to your mind now at this point. The question that will come to your mind is, what do I have? I don't have land. I don't have house. I don't have car. So what net worth am I calculating? But the truth is, when you calculate your net worth, even at this stage, it gives you a target. It lets you know where you are starting from. So don't be afraid. When you're calculating your net worth, you're not doing it. You don't have to do it in front of anybody. Do it in your own do it at your own private time, in your own convenience. Calculate your net worth. Now, how do you calculate your net worth as a student? Look at everything around you, everything you can call yours. So Jeffrey, if an emergency arises now and you are pushed to the wall, that thing can become money for you. Is it as little as your wristwatch? Is it as little as your phone? Is it as little as your laptop? Is it as little as your earrings? Now you know, if at a point in time you are pushed to the wall, this thing can become money for you. Now don't be scared if when you calculate it, everything now boils down to amounts as little as maybe 3,000 or as little as 5,000. There's no reason to be scared. Do you know why? Because it is your starting point. It is a different situation if you have been working and you have been toiling and you calculate your net worth, and the result you will get when you calculate it now is the result you will. That is when you should be scared. But now you have not really started anything, so there's nothing to be scared of. In fact, some people's starting point is 0.0 naira. So if your starting point is at least 1,000, you have something. So I encourage each and every one of us to go home and calculate our net worth. Because when you do that, you'll be able to create a target for yourself. You'll be able to know where you're starting from and where you're going to. It is called being deliberate. So this leads me to the 4th point. I think I've made 3 points now. Who's following? 3 points now. Okay, this leads me to the 4th point, which is set goals. Financial goals, financial plans. But these financial plans and financial goals that you're setting, don't build castles in the air. Don't set goals that are unrealistic. Set goals that are deeply rooted in things you want for your future. Now, what are you studying? Maybe you're a mass communication student and that is the field you want to practice in. Financial goals you set should be deeply rooted in what you want your future to be, the field you want to practice in. Don't set a financial goal don't set the financial goal of somebody who wants to work in the bank when you want to work in the chambers as a lawyer, for example. So you need to understand your future plan for you to make solid preparations, for you to create solid goals at this point in time. So that is my number 4 point.
Yes.
Number 5 point is directed to people who have started nothing. Now we say money is a reaction. What is money reacting to? Actions, right? What kind of actions are money reacting to, please? We are not following. Smart actions. Thank you very much. Mr. Ajay, give us 5 naira after this.
Alright. Go to the 10 naira, right?
So money is reacting to smart actions. So when you are stagnant, some people get their money, some people don't get their money from working. Some people don't get their money from entrepreneurship, from business. That is why I defined it in 3 categories. I said work done, things sold, or steps taken. Some people get their money by request. That in itself is an action. You understand? Maybe they have family members, parents that are willing to satisfy their financial needs at every time. But you cannot sit down at home and do nothing, or sit in school and not, hello mommy, my money has finished, or I'm out of cash. before the money is being set. So you need to take steps. Now, I'm not advising you to take the kind of step of requesting or tasking, because how long do you want to do that for? We are adults. We're not even becoming adults. We're adults. So how long do you want to do that for? So the earlier you begin to invest, the better for us. The earlier you begin to invest, the earlier money begins to notice that Ogbeni smart too. Let me go and visit him a bit. So when you're investing, there are numerous things you can invest. You can invest your time, you can invest your skill, you can invest money in itself. But my fifth point is, whatever you are investing in, or whatever you are investing, know what you are investing in total. Now, don't go into a business or step into a work or do anything or invest in anything you have no idea about. Padimi, MMA man jawo. All of us that were victims of MMA. I was a victim of MMA there. So don't step into what you do not understand. Do you want to start selling something? Let's assume creams. Know where this cream is coming from. The real origin of the cream. Know its components, know its reaction on people's skin, know its previous customer review, know its future customer future, definitely you can know future, forgive me for that. Know its profitability level, know the possibility of it incurring losses. Know everything. Do you want to invest in cryptocurrency? Don't just invest in it because your friend said I invested in it and it worked. Before you invest in it, know details. Know what you want to invest in before you invest. Some people, their investment comes in forms of shares and bonds and things like that. That is what they invest in. So if that is the part you want to play, or that is the kind of investment you want to make sure you understand the company you are investing in, how they operate. Understand everything about what you want to invest in. And finally, learn how to seize the opportunities around you. Never let a business opportunity or any sort of opportunity around you go. Now, what is the basis of this point? The basis is, whether you like it or not, business and job opportunities are more likely to come from your network that you harness and create opportunities from. Now, everybody, we always hear, what is your network? What is your network? Create network. People relationship. Have so many. The more people you know, the more your opportunities. Now, you know so many people. Of what use are they to you? Which means you have not started utilizing this network that you have. So, as a student, learn how to utilize the network you already have. It's one thing to create network, which is what every inspirational speaker is shouting up and down. Create network, create network, create network. Now you've created the network. How are you using the network? So I'm summarizing it under this. Evaluate your network and utilize it. First step is to evaluate your network. When you now take the actual step of evaluating your network, you now realize that part of this network that you've been creating, you've packed wrong connection. You realize that part of this network you've been creating because you want to create network, you want to create opportunities. It is actually what is draining the money you already have or the money in your possession. So you need to learn how to, you need to sit down and evaluate your current network. Those you're supposed to remove them. Those you're supposed to utilize them. Evaluate and utilize. My time is up, so I'd like to round up with one word: discipline. Now, discipline doesn't only come in the aspect of being disciplined in the way you spend your money, which is accountability we've spoken about earlier. Discipline also comes in the form of applying knowledge you've learned. I'm sure today is not the first time you are hearing advices on how to manage your money or what to do to get money, but how many of it have you applied? You are not applying it because you've not taken time to apply discipline in your dealings. So thank you very much for this opportunity, and I hope we're able to learn one or more things, and I hope that very, very soon we will proudly put hands on our chest and say, I am a smart money student. Thank you very much. I didn't